Welcome to the Social Club. We're here to talk through a load of stuff related to football. First and foremost, we've asked you for your questions as we've done the last few weeks via the medium of Twitter using the hashtag #AskTheClub. Yeah, everyone ready?
So ready.
Fascinating. We've got James McClaren from Aston Villa, Social Club debutant, the face, finally, of 442s. Dean, you've already revealed yourself, so this isn't anything. I've said this before. You've already unveiled? No. People know this is what you look like.
Yeah. Come out.
You've already come out?
Yeah.
So this should come as no surprise.
It's a mask. It's like the Mission Impossible Tom Cruise mask.
So yeah, Dean's ready for it. Pedzi from ToffeeTV and of course me from Redmen TV. First question then, let's get stuck into it, is from Pav Atwal. He simply asks, no, hang on, I've done this perfectly. That is last week's question. Let's refresh the likes list on the. Okay, first question comes from Husa Klopp. It says, if the season ended now, who wins Manager of the Year and Player of the Year? James.
Ranieri and Vardy, just like straight away.
Sorry, say the first one name again.
Claudio Ranieri.
Not Ranieri.
Ranieri. Whatever you fancy, take your pick. Ranieri and Jamie Vardy. Just like there's no questions asked.
No questions
asked.
Go on,
ask some questions.
Asking questions. Mahrez.
But Jamie Vardy's English, and they'll love that narrative going into the Euros.
Vardy is a fucking tramp.
I agree,
right?
but like that narrative going
trabs and drives a white van. I'm not having it. Mahrez is the man who pulls all the strings.
Yeah,
without him, Vardy wouldn't have any goals.
If you think about it realistically, though, for the Premier League,
what am I thinking? It abstractly.
Listen. If you think about it from the Premier League's point of view, like English League, we're going into the Euros. Jamie Vardy's inevitably going to be
role model.
Like you got the chat shit get banged kind of brand. They're going to give it. They're going to give it him. They're going to give it him.
Do us a favour, Boris. Fucking chill out, will you? Your policy or your politics.
Those England shirts with chat shit get banged.
Yeah. You can see it happening now. You can see it happening now.
In this city, mate.
What do you reckon then, Dean?
I'd agree, Ranieri. And Vardy. I just think Mahrez, he's been good, but there's been games where he hasn't played or he keeps bringing him off. I think the consistent player at Leicester's been Vardy, as much as he does seem a bit of a dick. A nice guy.
He seems
racist.
Lovely,
yeah.
Not our words. The words of Aston Villa. Not really.
He fits in with a lot of the country, though, I suppose.
I think he is a hero for a lot of the Lonsdale.
It's the story. He gets the story as well, though, doesn't he, Vardy?
Right. Is there anyone? Could anyone be considered other than Ranieri?
No.
The fact that no one's got an answer to mind.
Pochettino potentially.
But listen,
right now, here and today.
Maybe, but let's be honest, it is Ranieri.
Leicester would be top of the season.
Tim Sherwood? Just for the value?
For the gilet manufacturers.
Or Remy Gard, just for having to put up with
banter.
that shit.
Just give it in for banter. Just like, why not?
Yeah. It's a Remy Gard. There you go, mate.
Just why not?
Bad call. No, it's I don't think you can look past Ranieri, as you say. If we ended it today, Leicester at the top of the table, and rightly so. And then I think it's a toss up between Mahrez and Vardy, and I think Vardy in so much as I think you're right. Consistently all season, he's played every game, literally every game he's been physically available for. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Do you agree with Ped? Apparently people do.
Of course you do. I think if you put goals and assists together, I think Mahrez pisses it.
Loads
I agree Mahrez probably deserves it more than Vardy.
So why did you say Vardy?
Listen. Because I think they will award it to Vardy because he's English.
Because he's English and he's white.
Yeah.
You're a massive racist.
I'm not the racist, I'm just telling you what I think will happen.
Therefore, you're the racist.
Well, Vardy's got the record as well in the store.
That's what I think he'll get it, but I do think Mahrez deserves a bigger shot than he's getting.
Yeah, and let's not turn on each other, boys, with random racism shouts. How's a kick off a show? Amazing. Okay, well, there we go.
Start as you mean to go on.
Absolutely. We'll move on from that. Jason at Mad Mitrovic 45. Do you think it was right for Steve McClaren to take his players abroad? Presumably, this is in the time off over the weekend. She's going abroad, is that a good thing?
Well, as long as they aren't getting pissed, that's fine. If they're training out there...
What difference does it make if they are getting pissed, though?
Because if they're getting pissed and they aren't prepared for the
what difference?
season...
But I sit here as Everton are in Dubai and I've got no issues with it. It's a long, hard season. Yeah. Other countries have winter breaks. We don't. Yeah. I think it's something we should bring in January. And sometimes, you know, it is a long season. I know they get paid very well for it, and they get all the things that go with it. But it is non-stop for some players. It doesn't stop for like 2 or 3 years. You know, it just keeps going and going and going.
You consider, we see this all the time, that we're doing, like, whenever there's an international tournament, that's a lot of football to be played consistently. Where do you stand on it? Is it right for the players to have a little bit of a...
Yeah, I think it's fine. I mean, as long as you just never know... What, summer break?
No, sorry, I mean like
a mid-season.
A mid-season summer holiday.
The thing, you never know until you know what's gone on the holiday, or on the break, or on the training.
Yeah. If it's again, that comes back to Leicester.
Yeah.
But if it's, you know, if a club's in the shit, then they're going to get criticised for it. If they're further up the league, no one bats an eyelid, I think.
Well, I remember the Raheem Sterling thing last season when he got a little break, didn't he?
To Jamaica,
and what have you. And if you don't come back amazing, everyone goes, oh, look at you swanning off on holiday, while the rest of us are stuck in this shithole of a country, you know. But you're right, if you come back reinvigorated, then it kind of makes some sense. I thought it was funny, was like Jurgen Klopp come out and said, we've had a weekend off, amazing. Some people are in, the ones who basically haven't played or trained are in training. The ones who've played a lot, we've let them have the weekend off. And I've put this out on Twitter, you could speculate as to who it was, or you can go on Instagram and see what posts they've put out. So like you've got Mamadou Sakho basically trying to run over Blaise Matuidi in Paris, and you've got Alberto Moreno. It wasn't a forced perspective thing, looking like the smallest thing in the world next to London Tower Bridge and all that kind of stuff. Like, so yeah, so fair play. No, I agree. I think it's it's fine, but everyone likes to beat Steve McClaren with a big stick
and a brolly.
It's just Newcastle, though, isn't it? And everyone hates Newcastle. We all know this.
Yeah. Okay, CN Kid at the _CN Kid says, do you think Arsene Wenger will ever have success in Europe? Anyone?
No, I don't. I just see under him they're going to continue the same pattern, and even if they win the league this year, it's almost, you know, not undervaluing it, but it's almost by default, because they still have the same problems that they have year after year, and I just don't think it'll ever stop, and certainly the draw doesn't seem to help them either.
It doesn't look like this will be their year.
Yeah, I don't think they're ever tough enough to do it, even when they played Barca.
Watching Barca at the moment, and you just think bad things are going to happen to Robbie. Sorry, Rob. I've seen those music videos, and bad things have already happened to you. But for me, he doesn't take it. I don't know, he doesn't take it serious enough for me. He doesn't buy good enough players.
Did he play the right brand of football to be a success in Europe?
I'd say, I don't think, to answer the question, I don't think he will do much with Wenger in the Champions League, because I just feel like Arsenal play such a soft kind of platitude of play, like, in the Champions League. I don't feel like they get out of third gear. You know, like you see Barcelona, and they're right into fifth, and they're smashing teams left, right, and centre.
I think when you look at, like, Arsenal try to play good football, and it's to be commended. I've always had I've always admired the way the ethos of the way they play footy. But I think unless you've got the best players in the world all through your team, you can't. I don't think you can take that brand of football into Europe. Like Barcelona will have done it, and then they've even had, Suarez has added that nasty streak, which is why they look fucking unstoppable. But I look at it, and I was actually thinking about this the day about how people think Leicester might embarrass themselves in Europe. I actually think Leicester's style of football is more suited to European football than Arsenal's in a weird way, even though they haven't got the quality. Play counter-attack, defend,
pace.
Hit people on the break with pace. That's how Liverpool did it.
That's how Malaga did so well. That's how Malaga did so well in the season. Dortmund got to the final. They got to the semis, didn't they? And it does work. It does work.
So yeah, unfortunately for Wenger, it doesn't. I contend that if he had what it takes in Europe, they'd have done it in Europe at some point while he was in charge.
They would have got to more than one final.
Well, exactly, and and done better in the final that they were in, to be fair. Although I'm sure Jens Lehmann probably takes some blame for that one, to be fair. Okay, great. Next question then. Dean, you're going to make cartoons of these lads like you did Andy Tate?
Or of the current
of the club?
Yeah, I'd enjoy that.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do. Yeah,
you're not going to fit us in the schedule, are you?
Do it now, or on a
yeah, just get it going. Can you not do it
I'll
live?
just excuse myself.
You can just take mine straight from the baddie and The Incredibles.
Syndrome.
Yeah. Let's do that. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've got a McShane character.
Scorpio.
I've got a
From,
McShane character I could just
You
tweet.
don't need a tit.
Oh, well, I mean.
Scorpio from Hank Scorpio.
from The Simpsons.
Yeah, yeah.
You'd have that too. I like you've got the slick back thing going on. Like, okay, yeah. I'd have a bit of that. Who would you go for?
Anything that looks like Jim Carrey, that's fine.
I've got Jim Carrey, so it's an easy. Just change the eyes and we're sorted.
I was going to say Jimmy Savile. It's the chair. It's very welcoming.
Don't worry, I read the comments as
I did
well.
spot a set of keys on his belt
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. At LFCAD asks, which name is more horrendous, Capital One Cup or Emirates FA Cup?
Both as horrendous as each other.
Yeah.
Pretty horrendous names,
Right.
all told.
I just kind of call them League Cup and FA Cup and just
At least the
kind
FA
of
Cup
ignore
is the
that.
first one, but the League Cup's been through 6 or 7 now. You just kind of switch off.
The
to
League Cup
sponsor.
is
The Milk
2
Cup.
competitions, like Starburst, stroke Opal Fruit Tartar Sweets. I think like everyone's got a generational name for it, and I feel sorry for Capital One.
Yeah.
And how many times I say this? I genuinely don't feel sorry for Capital One in any way, shape or form. But everyone was calling it the
Carling.
the Carling Cup
yeah.
For years after, and it was people still call it the Worthington Cup. And
Yeah, was
I
it
still call
Coca-Cola Cup at one point?
Coca-Cola
Yeah.
Cup in the mid-90s. It was
It's always the Milk Cup to me.
the Milk Cup
It's just-
again.
That's brilliant because that was like, it feels like that wasn't advertising. They just advertising milk.
Milk,
You know what I mean? These couple of cows just like.
Just farmers all banded together.
Thatcher was fuming.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the Rumbelows Cup and the Coca-Cola Cup for me.
I
But
always call it Carling.
League Cup, yeah, just League Cup now because you can't be asked.
Yeah,
I suppose you just call it after whatever time you won it. So I just call it a cup.
the Nothing Cup. How many have Everton won the League Cup? Yeah. No.
What's the next question?
Wow. Okay, great. There was one more question, but we will spare. There we go. It was from Watford Focus, and it was, which team do you support, Dean? But we'll leave that one.
Yeah.
We'll leave that
It's
one
a big
for another
secret.
day. That is in terms of tiered secrets. It was what you look like,
Yeah.
and then followed by club. You've got to keep something.
Oh, it's just neutral, just so when I'm making cartoons, you don't get shit from either the team you support or from the rivals. So
Just support Hartlepool. Just sort it.
yeah,
out.
Hartlepool's
just-
local. Nottingham and Stockton Ancients. That's
Yeah.
my local team. Exactly.
So we've just done a video for Retro Footy TV. We played Sensible World of
Yeah.
Soccer, and you gave Middlesbrough a bash on that.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
were good. They
Went
were
well.
lethal. Janino, yeah,
Devastating.
living the dream.
Devastating. Check that video out in due course. But there you go. Keep your questions coming for next week's Twitter in. Because that's how you say it. Christ, I feel like I've just aged 20 years. I've just sounded like my mum. So my mum refers to social media.
Turn off the internet.
Yes, I'll go on the internet. Anyway, keep your questions coming in. Tweet at Ball Street with hashtag Ask the Club, and you can ask the social club questions on a weekly basis. Anyway, check out the rest of the show. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the Ball Street YouTube channel, and we'll see you there.